Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser, and this is my final bonus video for Mega Man 7. You've seen the video bloopers, now it's time to hear the audio bloopers. Collected here are my voice cast's most entertaining mistakes and alternate takes from the entire span of this Mega Man 7 recording project. Aside from the ones at the very end, these clips are presented in roughly the order you might have heard them had they made it into the actual videos. Enjoy! Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Jobabuba. Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser, and I'm here today with my wife and a few of my friends. Hi, I'm Z-Saber. Hey, I'm Dash Jump. Hey there, kids, it's Yoga Inferno. What?
Hey there, Dash here. Prepare yourself!
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Or something.
Hey there, everyone. This is Yoga Inferno. You better can it, or I'll relaxingly exercise some flames in your face.
The world cheered Mega Man when at long last he captured... Oh boy.
Mega Man, you should take me along. I have a bazooka. Take this helmet with you.
What is happening to my voice? And now we've got, from the top going clockwise, we've got Freeze Man. I think. Yeah, it's Freeze Man. Also borrowed from Mega Man X. Oh, I'm spitting all over the microphone. Also borrowed from Mega Man X is the intro stage, which you just saw. I can take it or leave it. It's a nice warm-up. It oppers. You'll never take me alive, oppers. After much consideration, I've decided to bring Rush along to this stage. Not as a thing that dogs do. I generally like underwater stages, and glass, flashing lights, water are... Ooh, landed on both of those at once. Some of my favorite stage pathetic. I like Burst Man. I think he's a great boss, and there's some insane potential here. He's hard to hit through the bubbles, and if you get encased in one of the bubbles, you need to frantically slide and shoot your way out until you... Bleh. As usual, Mega Man is defeating the absorbed boss's power. Yikes. Ah, well, who doesn't remember their lines? Another thing about Mega Man 2? What game are we playing? Of all the regular Sniper Joe enemies in the series, I think that flavor's my favorite. Yeah, he's weaker, but he's also... The level architecture in this game is very thoughtfully designed. The enemies and the levels, they work harmoniously to build a more of a challenge. Build a more challenge! Another example right here. An awesome example! That's how Mega Man shaves. He slides under runs a sharpened blob sled. Oh, but I food. Speaking of sticking around, you can get stuck to the floor if you're standing still when it goes from non-slippery to slippery. You can get frozen in a block of ice if you get hit. You can get frozen in a big block of ice if you get hit by whatever his name is, projectile. Ice sleaze man. Speaking of funny names, I really don't get why they didn't name this next guy seagoing ship with a traditional... Speaking of names, I really don't get why they didn't name the next guy seagoing ship with a traditional Chinese design used primarily in Chinese waters, having square sails, spread by battens, a high stern, and a... Don't get me wrong, I am... something. I bet you couldn't tell whether I was showing Ott or Noff. Showing Ott or Noff? You can freeze lava, rendering it harmless and brittle. And it's not just a simple color change like with freezing the frozen pillars. Freezing the frozen pillars? Why would you freeze them? They're already frozen. One thing I'm not as fond of is the design of the health bars in this game. They're fine, and I guess I kinda like the general concept of emptying a barbershop pole and filling it up with health noodles. Health noodles? One thing I'm not as fond of is the design of the health meters, the energy meters. Energy meter. One thing I'm not as fond of is the design of the energy meters. Well, at least I got it that time. Forgot the rest of what I was gonna say. I mentioned Star Trek earlier. I think Junkman could have had a promising career in building freckles. Well then, we've made Junkman's namesake out of Junkman, so there's nothing left to do here but absorb his power and teleport boo.
The junk shield will protect the user with
You came this close to crushing me. Hopping across the city to get to my location is not an optimal mode of locomotion. Why? You came this close to crushing me. Hopping across the city buildings.
Welcome to Big Eddie's. I'm Otto, Dr. Light's #1 student, and I'm currently failing my voice acting exam.
Dr. Wiley's broken out of Seriously, it's like the first thing I say, and it... Interestingly, the beat whistle is the only... Just kidding, we're playing Mega Man X2. We're in Wire Sponge's stage, where you change with... Fibbity-boo, wobbity-ba. Well, it's nice that we can see the platform so that we can appreciate this burger bird. Normally, without the snow, visibility is very poor through here, which I'll demonstrate in the inevitable
Let's try using the flame weapon in the woods. Except, you're gonna be doing it alone.
The Thunderbolt. It fires out electrically charged spheres, right? Spheres. Electrically charged spheres. Electrically charged spheres. Electrically charged spheres? That's surprisingly difficult to say. Electrically charged spheres. The Thunderbolt gives you the power of Zeus, the god of thunder. Or perhaps Thor. By the hammer of Thor! I got the Thunderbolt! Why don't I get a hammer?
Yes, it's not really much of a bolt, you see. It strikes like Thunderball. And it can also be used to power The player should be allowed to regulate the pace of the game as often as possible. What is this? How long is this? Meh. Once again, the scenery desire is... Scenery desire? I really dig the background designs in this game. Barbed wire, spiked tires... Spiked tires? Well, those would be cool. The Hyper Rocket Buster! The Hyper Rocket Buster! It hyper rockets bustingly. Oh boy. That's what the battle is all about, not trying to dodge out of the way of So if you listen carefully, over the sound of my voice, you'll hear Turbo Man That's the sound he makes. I do like the level of detail, though. As you see, as Michael Man? Yish.
The Scorch Wheel The Scorch Wheel launches a flaming wheel. You know, like chariots of fire. Bring, 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 bring.
Hey, this Scorch Wheel launches a flaming wheel, right, Dr. Light?
Everything about this stage just oozes creepy graveyard, old creepy castle, old creepy crushy things. Creepy crushy. Oh, boss battle!
So, brother, you're not as strong as I... What?
Honestly, I think I'm okay with that. It is a little quirky. Quirkly. Quirkly sparkly. Let's see it in action as a weapon and not just a support utility vehicle. I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to kick the vampiric Shade Man out of Shade Man. The key to surviving Shave Man is... Shave Man? The key to surviving Shave Man is stay away from the razor. Test? Would you test for me?
Test. The noise crush generates a powerful sound wave. He talks too slow.
By the way, jumping over that last gap is not recommended. Well, that's an interesting By the way, jumping across that last gap is not recommended. Well, that's an interesting I like that he's springy and has a spring-loaded punching arm and has a spring-firing arm. But remember to charge the coils to make them jump higher.
The Wild Coil launches one coil forward and one coil backward. Am I right? Wild coil! You launch one forward! And also backward! Wild coil! Wild coil, I think I love you.
I'm kind of surprised my wow, that was terrible. What even was that? If you're running and then start shooting, you're fine, but your jumping and movement controls lock up as you fire while standing still. This might seem trivial, but the extra split second it takes to consciously stop moving before you move. The
slash claw. The slash claw cuts things apart, doesn't it? So what could the slash claw do? I don't know, cut things? Maybe? Dr. Light, what does the slash claw do? Does it like cut things and stuff? The slash claw slices and dices, also makes julienne fries. Will not break. Will not. It broke. The slash claw. Caw. 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 Caw.
Slash. Slash. Oh man. Plot twist? Character development? I like it. No. I don't like it. Base went berserk after I completed his repairs. It might have been the Now Base and Travel will use the enhancements meant for you! I'm sorry, this voice got out of control. I knew that you would be stupid enough to trust him. Ooh la la. And as a side note, I'm getting kind of tired of boss battles where things are falling from the ceiling. Between Freeze Man, car driving outside, interrupting my recording. I'm going to start recording this, if you don't let me record.
Donuts. Complex donuts. Love you.
And of course, it's the one day I leave all my Fine, I'll finish him off with Super Adapter. It's not as elegant, it's not as effervescent? What adjective am I looking for? Oh man, this next room is a room, and it's got spikes. Not a good room. And if you're having trouble with the flame pillars, you notice at the base, they light up. Each of the lights lights up. And a plane lands on my roof. Thanks for ruining my commentary, commercial passengers.
You need a cue though.
Oh yeah, I do need a cue. LMNOP. Cue.
You're awful.
Okay. Sea Saber, you know the one I'm thinking of, right? Gamma Rise is really neat, made of robot turtle meat. We defeated Gamma Riser. No.
No.
Okay, no harmony. Enemies are inconveniently placed. Platforms are... Mega Man... What? Stop that. Platforms are a little farther apart than they look, and I've lost my place in the script that I'm reading. Way to go, me. An excellent overly excited hee. Projectiles seemingly appear out of nowhere. Contrary to what you may have previously seen, I am not all that adept at using the fast weapons. Wepping? Who invents a word like wepping? It's convenient to cycle through my weapons outside the menu screen in search of where is it? And these blocks have appeared at least once in every single game, and they're still as challenging as they were back when we first met them in Dude Man stage. Alack. This castle's getting a little conveyor belt happy, and this particular one is... Here's a good challenge. Standard platforming with a timed twist. To make room for a spare vegetable tire? What? No. This room needs an armoire and a Why is Judi Dench the only thing that's coming to mind? I really gotta learn to save these I've really gotta learn to stop, drop and roll. What do I have to do? I've really gotta learn to save these tangential digressions. Well, I'd want to play it, and as the only person in the room right now, Incidentally, Freezeman is vulnerable to Junk Shield because, as we've established, frozenness, ice, is basically just frozen water, and junk is what this take was. There's a certain amount of room in games for bosses with a very predictable pattern, such as Google Man. Who am I fighting? Springman. Fortunately, or unfortunately, if you don't like playing games against all odds and challenges and fibbity-boos, so would argue it dibba-dooba-dibba-da. Maybe on a first playthrough you pick a terrible boss order, or you don't try out the special weapons, or you get stuck on a couple of bouses. Maybe on a first playthrough you get really nervous because it's the end of the video and you're finally done with it. I guess if this is the second time I've beaten Shade Man, that would make it Let me try that again. So, if you try to destroy them, you'll spend all of your time trying to destroy them, and the Redundancy Brigade is here. That's because this final boss is widely considered to be one of the most final bosses in the game. There's nobody more finaler than him. The average player, on average, will trade Pokemon. The average player, on average, will forget their line. If you can, strike him with Thunderbolt to cancel out the worst of his attacks, and if you can't, dodge those by luring unadulterated lurthing. Okay. Quietly into the next room, which is filled with chest traps and giant robots for the killing you. I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going.
I don't trust you, Wily. I gonna do bad grammar. If that's okay with you. I gonna do da cha-cha. Me likey do da cha-cha.
In other news, I seem to have a little trouble with my voice.
I am more than a robot. Die, Wily.
My name is Mega Man. Whoa.
I don't trust you, Wily.
Fine, you can come with me and see for yourself.
I'm gonna do what I should have done years ago.
Bake me a pie? Bake me a pie? Bake me a pie.
This is one of my all-time favorite Mega Man endings, right up there next to Mega Man 5. You've got the raging fire in the background, Mega Man walking slowly toward you with that look on his face. I mean, that is the look of a person who's got a face. I need to script this. So, to synth 5, hardly the place where I thought I was in the script. Too many windows. I like the game. It rests comfortably in the meh. Exhausted, Base gazes at the destruction he helped cause. Yabba-dabba-doo. So, here we are, it's the end of Mega Man 7! Once again, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser. Special thanks once more to my vocal guesteroos. Thank you once again to Z-Saber, Dash Jump, and... Sorry. I love you. Randomly, instead of Dr. Light explaining to Mega Man what his newest weapon does, Mega Man explains it to Roll and Otto. Not at the same time, not enough memory on the cartridge. Now, for people who complain that Mega Man 7 doesn't play video when I hit the play button, come on, get with the program. Here we have the same password as before, except if you hold L and R when you press start, you get a dry throat. And the ground-burrowing, ground-man, drill-man ground brown gounding bound bong bong. So here's a switch in Mega Man 3. A switch, it's like electricity. Oh, I'm unintentionally funny. This platform over here. Very big. It goes wibbly wobbly. Arm, please refrain from doing your dive Michelin impression of turning into giant tires. If you need a place to throw out your junk and can't find a nearest trash... Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser, and I'm aging rapidly as I speak. Hello, I'm Hello, greetings to you, salutations. Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser, and this is my final bonus video for Mega Man 7. Mega Man. This is my final Mega Man 7 bonus video. You've seen the... What have you seen? Tell me!
Eyebrows. Eyebrows. Eyebrows.
Eyebrows. Eyebrows. Eyebrows.
Eyebrow.
No, you're...
I know it. I realized. Melody Monkey here. Hi there. Eyebrows. Eyebrows. You browse. We all browse for
Frozen yogurt.
Yahoo.
Of course, I just drank milk, so that's gonna make my singing voice wonderful.
Eyebrows.
Do this with you right here.
Do you want me to leave?
Yes.
I leave.
I know you're still there.